everyone. Today is Tuesday. There was no school yesterday because it was President's Day. My kids didn't have school, which you never know with the charter school what they're going to do with days off, but they didn't have school. My husband didn't have work, but I had to go to work, so it was all okay. I ended up coming home a little bit early though from work. I got off 2 hours early. I stayed for like an extra hour at work just to hang out with people and sit with my friend who was having a hard time with some things going on in her life. So I just sat with her and talked with her when she had the chance to talk, kind of a thing. And then I did upload, which you're gonna see this after the other one's uploaded. I'm uploading the video today on Tuesday because it was the first time I had the chance to actually sit down and upload last week's video. And for some reason, my computer doesn't like to import things from my phone all the time in a timely manner. So it took forever to upload last week's video to my computer so that I was even able to upload it to YouTube. Can I just say I can't wait to get my laptop, and I can't wait to get my new camera so that I can do things the way that I want to do them in. So super excited about that. But anyway, on the way to school, have myself some breakfast, made myself a smoothie. I think I'm gonna have bus duty today, but other than that, I think it's gonna be pretty much the same thing. I may end up staying in from recess today, which I wonder if they have recess when there's this much snow on the ground. I don't know what they're going to do. But there were quite a few students last week that were absent on Thursday, and so they need to make up the spelling test. So I might end up staying in, to administer that test to them. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm feeling pretty good today though. I'm not super tired. I did sleep until 7, even though I'm trying to get in the habit of waking up at 6:30. Just can't do it. Can't do it. Which is funny because I'm in a couple weeks I'm gonna start getting up at 5 so I can get to the gym by 5:30 and swim laps. But I think if I just do it, soon it'll become a habit and I'll be okay. But that will probably mean that I get close to just 5 hours of sleep a day, which will suck a lot. Because that's how it's gonna go until I stop working at Bivin. It is what it is. So not much teachery observation chat this morning before I head on in. Like I said, it's pretty much going to be the same thing. And that's because I'm in the same class. Oh, last week, I'm so excited. So last Friday, I'm starting to prepare for the end of the school year. Getting teacher appreciation gifts and stuff like that for my kids. And I'm also going to get something for the teacher that I'm observing. And I made the decision at the beginning of the year that what I really wanted to get all of the teachers, because my kids have amazing teachers this year who have truly gone above and beyond to make it work for them this year. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but my oldest son is autistic. And he does, you don't look at him and you don't think autistic, but he is autistic. He has been tested and all that jazz. And at the beginning of every school year, he has a really hard time because he has to figure out the new schedule. He has to figure everything out. You need to stop slipping and sliding. Not cool. And so he has a really hard time. And he's a perfectionist, so if he feels like he's doing anything wrong, getting one thing wrong on a test or a pre-test or anything like that, he freaks out and he has a meltdown. He literally cannot handle it. He cannot control it. He cannot handle it. And so, thankfully, he has an amazing teacher this year who has a son who is autistic, just like him, pretty much the same place on the spectrum. Can't even see where the lines are to park, so I'm going to guess that this is a parking spot right here. Back up though. So she's been amazing, and I absolutely love her. And then my kindergarten son, he just had a hard time transitioning into kindergarten this year. He's very attached to my husband and myself, and I put him in preschool last year to try to get him used to it, and he did fine in preschool, but then kindergarten hit and he was not doing good, and so he had a really hard time. And so what I decided to get them at the very beginning of the school year, because I knew that they were just outstanding teachers and I wanted to really appreciate them. And I don't actually do much for teachers appreciation or anything like that. I might get like a gift card or something for them, but I don't do that much. But this year what I decided to do is actually get them an Erin Condren teacher planner. And so they went on sale last week, and I didn't have enough to buy 4 of them because I need to get one for the teacher that I'm observing, both of my kids' actual teachers, and then there's a special ed teacher that is outstanding, just beyond this world, outstanding, who works with my oldest son with his meltdowns and behavior management, and like she's just outstanding. And so I decided to get them all, these planners, and since they went on sale, I got 2 of them, and I'm hoping that I will be able to get the next 2 this upcoming weekend, so that I'm all ready to go. It'll be the end of February and I'll be ready to go for teacher appreciation, and I'm super excited about that. But I'm gonna go in. I'm here. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna have a great day. So I'll see you guys later. Bye. It's bright. The snow is very reflective. So today it went pretty much exactly how I thought. I had bus duty this morning. I also input grades into a grade book, not the computer grade book, which I really want to learn how to do. I wonder if I can like find time tomorrow morning. She can teach me how to do that, because I really want to learn how to do that too. Like, you just give me things to do. Let me do it all. And I had the reading group again today, and again I had students that were just very disrespectful. I don't know if it's just I think I need to rearrange their seating in reading groups. Separate a couple students, which the first time I did that, it worked really great, but it's one student in particular who kind of pulls other students into it. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to brainstorm, figure out what I'm going to do to kind of remedy that situation. And then during recess, like I said earlier, it's exactly what I thought it was going to be. I stayed in with 3 students to give the spelling test that they missed last week, and I'll be doing it again tomorrow for one more student who said that he was not ready today to take it, so I'll be doing that tomorrow. I'm kind of falling into the groove of everything, and so I love it. I wish I could stay, but I really do love it. So that was Tuesday. Like, again, this has been 2 minutes. I've been talking to you for 2 minutes, and that's really all I did. I'm trying to think if there was anything this week. Again, there's a lot of things just getting crammed. It's a 4-day week, so they didn't have time to do a spelling pre-test today. They also have an assembly on Friday, and they have Kids Empowered today. So it's just very, there's a lot of stuff to fit into the schedule, and not enough time to get everything done, kind of a thing. So that's pretty much it. I'm on my way home, and I'm gonna pick up I'll be home for like maybe 10-20 minutes, and then I'll have to take my one son to school because he starts speech therapy today. So that's fun. Kind of outside of this whole scope of thing, but it's kind of it all relates to each other, because I'm not just doing this. I was walking out of the classroom today, and I finally, because they all take time to say goodbye and they say it out loud, which I appreciate that the students are saying goodbye to me, but it is disruptive to the lesson. And so finally today I was like, I appreciate that you guys say goodbye to me, but it is disruptive. I'm like, I understand that you'll miss me. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm like, the only days I'm not here is Friday. And one student goes, well, why aren't you here Friday? I'm like, because I have another job. And they're like, really? What do you work? And I was like, I work at a daycare. Because it's pretty much what it is. It's a daycare. And I was like, I have 3 jobs. I'm like, you have 3 jobs? I'm like, yes, I have 3 jobs. This isn't all that I do in one day. But I consider this a job at this point. So I consider this one of my jobs. It's school. It's a job. Technically, if you really get that technical, I have more than that because I'm a mom and a wife, which you can make into one, so that would be a 4th. So, it is what it is. I don't know if I mentioned this morning before I went that I'm really excited about this weekend, because I'm going to get eyelash extensions, and I'm thinking I should vlog my experience with it, which would be like totally fun. But I should like vlog not like the actual process, but like befores and afters, and kind of like the progression of a couple weeks up to like a fill kind of a thing. So I'll probably end up doing that on this channel as well. I did have a student in my reading group who found my channel, so hey there. And she's like, just look up this. And so I'm pretty sure most of the students are going to start like finding my YouTube channel. So, hello again. I said hello last week, but hello again. But yeah, so I think I'm going to do that on this channel. What else am I going to be doing on this channel upcoming? Just letting you guys know since I'm done talking about what went on in the class today. So I'll do a lash video. Kind of my progress of like the before, the after, and then so this will probably be up in like a month or so, just so I can give you guys like the fullness of it, so that it's before, the after, document like the falling out kind of a thing, like a weekly check-in kind of a thing, and then I put all those clips together to make a video about eyelash extensions that I'm doing. And then here within the next few weeks, I'm really excited about this, there's gonna be unboxings, so be on the lookout for like an Apple Watch unboxing. And this is if everything goes to plan with tax returns, honestly. But if everything goes to plan with tax returns, be on the lookout for an Apple Watch unboxing, a iPad Pro with an Apple Pencil unboxing, a MacBook Pro with a Touch Bar unboxing. That might be all the unboxings I do. Like, we're going to also get a 4K Apple TV as well, because last week we got a 4K TV, which is fun and exciting. So we got that, and it snowed. So just be on the lookout for those. Those will be coming up here within the next few weeks. I'll probably do one unboxing kind of like a week, so that I could put up to at least 2 videos per week. I want to kind of start doing that. I don't know what the other video will be about other than these unboxings and my eyelash experience. But I do want to start putting more content up for you guys. So let me know if you're watching what you want to see. Do you want to see more like about me talking about my whole experience with WGU? Do you want more school-related things? Do you want more how I'm preparing for student teaching? My preparation to take praxis tests, which are coming up I have one in 2 weeks and I have another one in 3 weeks. So we could do that too. Like there's lots of things that we can do, like the whole preparation. I'm up for it. Am I getting ready in the morning kind of a thing? You know, getting ready in like 30 minutes or less. Turning into an expert at that. But I'm home now, so I will let you guys go. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. So, see you later. Bye. Good morning. So, I am still trying to upload the video from last week. So, that's awesome. I guess with my computer, when it goes to like sleep, it stops the uploading process. And since I'm not home to sit with my computer the entire time, it's taking forever to upload. So I told my husband today, I'm like, make sure that this computer stays awake until this video is uploaded. I'm like, get it done. So, there's that. I'm really tired today. And I think most of it is I had a really bad attitude last night. I'm not gonna lie. It was a really rough night at work, and it was a day where I honestly just wanted to quit. I wanted to throw in the towel at my other job and quit, because it's not what I want to be doing with my life, and it's taking away from my family. But I can't quit because it's also helping to pay the bills. So I feel very stuck. Very stuck. I can make it through. Like, I keep telling myself that, you know, I just have to make it through this year. Like, through the end of January. And then maybe a little bit past that to, like, the beginning of next summer. But if I take it, like, 1 month at a time, sometimes 1 minute at a time, I'll be able to get through it. I am taking tomorrow off of work. I took it off a while ago, and then I thought I canceled it. I'm pretty sure I canceled it, but it didn't cancel. So I'm just going to take it, and I'm going to sit at home. I'm not going to do any chores. I'm going to take a lazy day for the most part, because I need one. I mean, every other day that I take off, I'm taking off because I have a million things to do at home. I have laundry that I need to catch up on. I have a kitchen that is a disaster. I have things that are just falling behind. I have meetings for schools. I have tests to take. There's just so many other things of why I'm taking days off, but it's never just a personal day. It's never just a day for me. And so I'm going to take Thursday off. I'm going to do tomorrow off, and I'll go into the school tomorrow morning, and I'm going to go home, and I'm just going to sit there, and I'm going to snuggle with my kids. I might play some video games. Who knows? Because I haven't done that in over a week or so, which I really like the game, Zelda, and I want to play it, but I don't have time, and I'm afraid if I pick it up, I won't want to put it down. So I have to space out my days that I play it, because I am somebody who can get addicted to things pretty easily like that. So, but with school related things, I think I calculated that either right now or by the end of this week I will have 20 hours of observation done, not more. So I am a third of the way through of what's supposed to be my classroom observation hours. I have done at least 10 hours so far of active participation, which I can easily get more done. I only document an hour a day of active observation when really I'm doing active stuff the entire time. but I only document like an hour of it because it's okay. I think I told you guys before, I have decided, and I spoke with my husband about it, that even after I'm done with my actual having to log observation hours, I'm going to continue to come to the school until the end of the school year because it makes me happy. And I need to find any little thing right now, so I don't like going to work, that makes me happy, and just do it. And this is something that just truly makes me happy. And so I'm going to stick with it till the end of the school year. And then next year I'll do student teaching, which will make me super happy, even though I will have to still work night shifts. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I hope it goes fine because I need it to work. There's a lot of cars here already. Usually I'm like one of the very first people here, but there's a lot of cars here already. And I'm not like any later than I normally am. Park my car. So I will see you guys after school. I'll give you the lowdown. I'm really hoping, I'm going to ask her at the very beginning when I go in if she can teach me how to do, put grades in the grade book. I also eventually need to do the teacher interview. Like, I need to interview her. But I'm just waiting for my iPad to come. I don't want to do it until my iPad comes. So, I'm waiting on that. But as soon as I get it, we'll set a day, like at the beginning of school, to sit down and just quickly do the interview. I could probably even do just a few questions here and there for like a week, so that we're not like, we could still like prep for class and not take away from that prep time. Because that's one thing I don't want to do. I don't want to like take away from a prep time or anything. And she has a family, or I would offer to be like, hey, let's go out for lunch on a Saturday and we can do this teacher interview and stuff like that. But she has a family and I have a family, and I don't want to take time away from my family. So we'll figure it out. We'll get it done. And then when I get my computer, I'll start typing up the other prompts and stuff like that, so I can get this task submitted and completed by the end of March, hopefully. I'm still hoping to have my 60 hours done by the end of March. So I'm hoping that works. So I'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, so day 10. Today's day 10 in the books. Today's day 9, today's day 10. Don't want to hit this car behind me. It's gonna take me a little bit to get out. It's like an arm workout. I use my camera on my car, but can't see anything out of it. Sorry, this like first minute here is all with me having problems pulling out of a parking lot. Should be good to go. There we go. Okay, so today with observations, it was both a good day and a rough day. And so we started off, it was kind of, I didn't get to learn how to put things in the computer, grades in the computer. Maybe tomorrow, one day I'll learn how to do it, because I can see like stacking up and it's bugging me. I don't know how it's not bugging her that it's not in the computer yet. My door's open. There we go. That was fun. So we had reading groups, and I rearranged how they were sitting. So I was sitting across from one student, and I had another which kind of brought on its own set of problems. So the way that I do the reading group is I kind of turn desks to make like an actual table for us to sit around to do it, because I tried doing the circle thing and that did not work for my group. But I put one girl in a spot where she said the desk was too messy, and so she didn't want to sit there, and I was like, no, you need to sit there. I'm like, it's not going to bug you, like it's not going to bother you, you just need to sit there. And you can tell it really bugged her. And it's one of those things where I kind of felt bad, but then again I'm like, you know, part of this is learning how to follow instructions, because you know, you need to learn how to do that in life, is follow instructions and do what you were asked the first time, kind of a thing. And then after reading group, I also went over kind of more ground rules about respect, and how when I'm talking they needed to be listening, because that shows respect, and they need to show respect to each other by not speaking out of turn when somebody else is reading, and to follow along. And for the most part, they followed along, and they were a whole lot better today than they have been. So I think at this point what they were under the impression of is that I'm not an actual teacher, that I'm just there to help, and so they don't have to follow the same rules as they would with a teacher. And that's not true. Like, it is not true. When I did go in this morning, the teacher was in a literacy meeting, and so I ended up being like in charge of making sure everyone got their morning work done, because she didn't come in until like a couple minutes before school started. And they were just very chatty today and not wanting to follow instructions, and I really think that they just think I'm a friend. Like, I've fallen into that cool friend zone, but not somebody that they should listen to and follow instructions from. And so I need to adjust to figure out what I'm doing wrong in that sense and fix it, because that's not cool. Like, I love to have fun and I love to talk about things with them and stuff like that, but I'm also, there's a time and a place for everything, and they're choosing the wrong time and place. So that happened. Then they went into the gym to practice a song, because there's an assembly on Friday, which I'm hoping that I can go to the beginning portions of the assembly and then go to work on Friday, because I really want to go. And I should be good to do that. Should be. I really hope so, because I really want to go and like support them in singing their song, and they should be singing the song at the very beginning. So I might talk to my supervisor today and just be like, I might be late. I don't know. Maybe throw on a coaching. I don't know. So that. And then during recess, I was administering a test to a student who just has a really hard time staying awake and focused, and he did the test, but I'm sure he got a lot of them wrong on the spelling portion. And then we got to there's like a spelling packet test kind of thing. So like the front page is like their spelling words, and then high fluency words, and then they do like vocab and another skill, and then a comprehension kind of a thing. So they read a passage and answer questions about it. And he did not want to do it. And so finally I was like, why don't you want to do it? He's like, I don't care. And I was like, why don't you care? He's like, I just don't care. And I was like, well, what do you care about? Like, what do you like? And he was like video games. And so I started talking to him about video games, and he perked right up before he said he was tired, he didn't want to do anything. And you saw the smile, like it was like the first time that a teacher or somebody took the time to be like, well, what do you care about? What do you like? And actually knew what he was talking about and talking to him about it. And so we talked about video games. We talked about Rock Band. We talked about Mario. I talked about Zelda. I talked about how I'm not going to work tomorrow. I'm probably going to spend most of my day playing Zelda. And he thought that was awesome, because I don't think he could picture a teacher like, hey, I'm staying home tomorrow and I'm playing video games all day, because I don't want to do anything else. Like, he couldn't picture his teacher doing that. And so he found a way to, like, relate with me. And I was like, this is a really cool conversation. I'm like, I really want to keep talking about this, but you have to do the next 3 problems on your test. And so he did them quickly, and I'm pretty sure he got them all right, because he's a very bright kid. And then we would talk for another couple minutes. I'm like, okay, now you have to do these ones. And then he would do them. And we got through most of the test that way. He needs to stay in tomorrow for recess 2 to finish the test, because he didn't finish it yet. But I found a way to actually engage him and get him to do things. I was about to leave, and he wasn't doing the assignment because he didn't want to. And I went over, I'm like, if you can do this, if you can have a good rest of the day and actually do your work, I'll bring something in to show you tomorrow. So I might bring in, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to bring in some amiibos, or if I'm going to try to find my son's Mario comic book kind of a thing, and to bring that in for him to read. I might try to do that one, because he likes Mario and stuff like that. This also makes me think, when I start getting books to fill my library, because I really want to have, like, between the 3rd grade and 5th grade, I need to have books like that. I need to have Mario books. I need to have Minecraft books. I see a use for them now. Before, they were just an annoyance, honestly, that my son would brings home from school every week. But I see the use. Like, you can use those books as saying, hey, let me bring this in for you. If you can get this done, then I can do this for you. So I'm excited. I'm home though, so I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Well, good morning, everyone. Just dropped my son off at school. So where do you want to go? Then I'm heading off to the elementary school. I did not want to get out of bed this morning. I am so tired, and I think it's because last night I had one of the worst migraines ever. Like, my vision was completely blurry, and I was at work when it started, and I had to I powered through over half my shift, so that I wouldn't get into as much trouble, pretty much. Because where I work, it's, if you take, like, sick days, or you leave early, or anything like that, you get what are called points, and you're only allowed so many points within a 90-day period. And so I have to be, like, careful on, and be very strategic on how I do things. And so it started early on in the shift, around 4 o'clock, where my head just started hurting. And they have, like, a medicine cabinet thing that has, like, ibuprofen and stuff, and usually I have ibuprofen in my purse, but I guess my husband took it out. So I went to get some from the medicine cabinet thing, and they were all out of ibuprofen, and that's really the only thing that touches my migraines. I've tried everything else, except prescription medication, which one day I might actually need to go to the doctor and be like needing some prescriptions for it. And so by the time somebody found some ibuprofen for me and nonchalantly put it on a desk next to me for me to grab, because they're not technically allowed, supervisors aren't technically allowed to give you medicine, even though we're adults. I don't understand. Whatever. But it kind of took the edge off a little, but not enough to where, like, my eyesight still was getting super blurry. And so by the time it was 8 o'clock, I still hadn't had dinner, and I just needed to go home because it was getting worse. And if I stayed too much longer, I wouldn't have been able to see well enough to drive home. So I ended up going home, got 1 point instead of 2 points, so that was okay. And I also might not go in tomorrow because we might be getting our tax return, so I might be going shopping. So anyway, I went to bed with migraine. I woke up, it's pretty much gone. It's still there slightly, But like I said last week or the week before that, unless I am throwing up, I am going in to do these observation hours. Like, I look forward to these. I enjoy these. And today I brought for that one student, I was going to bring a book, a Mario comic book, but we can't find it. My son must have lost it somewhere in the house. And so I can't find it. And so I brought some amiibos to show them, and hopefully I can find that book. And if I can't, hopefully maybe this weekend I can go find a store that might have some, or even some Minecraft books, and purchase some to bring in for them. So there's that. But yeah, so I'm tired. I didn't put on makeup. I didn't even eat breakfast. Forgot. Because usually I make smoothies, but I was just not in the mood to make a smoothie today. And my kids were like, well, I say I usually make smoothies. I make smoothies this week. It was the first week I started doing that again. And I enjoy it, but like, I didn't want to cut up the pineapple. I don't want to do, especially like my kitchen is starting to get dirty again, because dishes are just piling up and not being done. So, and I'm not going to work today. I have today off. I'm probably not going to go to work tomorrow either. So, and that's how it works. But I'm here at the school, so I'm going to park the car. Again, so many cars. People are like coming earlier or something. That, or they just leave their cars here overnight and they sleep here. I don't think that happens. So we shall see how today goes. They're going to be practicing in the assembly for their assembly again this morning, I think. And hopefully they figure out how to make it so they're not so squished, because they were squished up there yesterday. I gave them a suggestion. We'll see if they take it. You know, I am an outsider. I don't know what I'm talking about. So, we'll see. But I will talk to you guys afterwards and give you a lowdown of everything. This is the last day this week that I will be here. I will come in tomorrow for a little bit just so that I can see their assembly and watch them sing their song. Like I said, they're my students. I also brought today with me some Norwex cloths because they're dropping one by one with the flu. And so I'm going to wipe down all their desks and clean them so that we're not all getting sick. So that's the plan. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Alright, let's go home. I'm leaving just a couple minutes early because my husband has a meeting with his supervisor, his weekly one-on-one. I don't know if he wanted me to come home early because he like reminded me, even though I know it happens on Thursdays. Anyway, oh, it was such a good day. Such a good day. So I believe I showed you guys that I brought amiibos with me for the one student, and I let him keep one at his desk while I was there. I have to bring him home, otherwise my son would probably get really angry with me. And I told him at the very beginning of the class, I was like, if this becomes a distraction or anything, it's gone. Like, it can sit there. Like, that's it. Sit there. So he didn't play with it or anything like that. It just sat on his desk. He picked the Mario amiibo for it to just sit on his desk. And he was alert. He was participating. He was excited. He was engaged during reading group. He was excited to read with us. He followed along. He didn't read ahead. Like, it was a night and day difference. And I'm not naive. I'm really not. I know the ball could just drop at any moment and he can go back to being the cranky kid he was. But I'm glad that today was a good day. He finished his test and he did great on it. I had him redo the spelling portion because he was just not in the mood for it yesterday. And so I had him redo it, and he did way better than he was going to do. Like, I understand. I was a teacher's aide before, so I understood before even But I've missed this feeling. The feeling where you're like, I made a difference today. And this student may not remember me next year. He may not remember me at all. But today I made a difference for one student. And I helped one student just be excited about learning today. And even if it was just today, it was something that I did today, something that I helped facilitate today. And that is a feeling that I want to keep, and I want to keep having these feelings. It was so good. It was so good. The very beginning of school, they did the practice for their assembly. Sorry, so I helped with that again. And then it was reading group, which went so good, so much better. I assigned seats, and not only did the student, by the way, not only did he participate by reading with us and being wanting to be called on again to read and followed along, like he uses bookmark to track. Not only did he do that, but for the first time in 2 weeks since I've had this reading group, he did the pre-reading group stuff. So he did the daily fix-its and he did the reading warm-up. And he pulled it out. He's like, oh, so what number are we on? And he did it without me prompting him to do it. Like, it was such a good day. And then after that, it was recess time, which is where he took the last portion of his spelling quiz packet, spelling test packet. And then I let him go out for recess. And then when he came in, he just redid the spelling words and the high frequency word sentences. And he was taking his time doing it. When he was redoing the words, like I saw him like writing off to the side words different ways so he could like see what looked good, like what looked right. And it was just so good. So good. So amazing, so good. I want to keep this feeling. I'm so happy. I'm so glad that I don't have to go to work today and that I'm staying home, because then I can keep this happy feeling all day long and I don't have to get it ruined by cranky people at work. So good. And tomorrow's their assembly, and I'm going to go to the assembly. I was debating whether or not to record, but I decided not to because they are not my students. Like, they're not my kids, my actual kids that I can like post onto YouTube. So I won't record them singing their song, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna support them. I wish I wish my kids would tell me more about their assemblies. Make sure I knew about those, because I don't go to any of my kids' assemblies. And I actually don't know how many assemblies they actually have at the charter school that my kids go to, because I never see them actually like bring home any awards or anything like that. Like, I remember in elementary school we would have like an assembly after every quarter, and you would get like ribbons for like A's that you got or improvements that you've made, stuff like that. I remember that, but I don't think they do that anymore. I don't know. Anyway, I'm almost home, but I'm just super, super happy. I really hope that I can get this edited for you guys by the actually end of the day today, and then have it posted maybe even by the end of the day today. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with an actual day that I'm going to post these, and like have an actual scheduled posting kind of a thing. And right now I'm doing once a week, but I want to start making more content and try to get something up for you guys twice a week, and that will be more doable after I get my laptop. And after I get my new camera, so I could do more. I also want to kind of start going and learning how to make things for TPT, and just learning how to do more of that kind of thing, and kind of dive more into like resources that teachers have and talk about different resources that I'm finding, even as a student, that I'm finding useful, kind of a thing. So if you're watching these and you're enjoying these, give them a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below on what you would like to see more in this channel. This channel, honestly, before this point, has been very much a hodgepodge of different things. So let me know what you were wanting to see from me and what kind of content and information you're wanting. Are you wanting more of my schooling? More information about the observation hours, the process that it took for me to get here? Would you like me to do a series on the actual school that I'm going to? So if you're looking into doing an online school for education, are you wanting to know more information about the school I go to, which I recommend 100%. Here comes my son to say goodbye to you guys. Hi, Mama. We're saying goodbye. You're still in a pull-up. You need to get some underwear on. So, just let me know what... Move over a little. Just let me know what you guys want. And I will see you guys next week. Do you want to say goodbye? Don't honk it. Don't honk it. Don't do it. Say bye.
Bye.
Okay, let's go inside.